Today we're going to be talking about Tyler Brown and his eligibility issues, or the fact that he's not eligible for this season to play for Colorado and Coach Prime, and just some of the backlash that let me not call it backlash, but some of the pushback he is getting from some in the HBCU community. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload all the time. As I get my sound system all set, make sure all my sound stuff is good to go. And today I'm going to be talking about the Tyler Brown story. So if you don't know, Tyler Brown is an offensive lineman currently at Colorado. He was formerly of Jackson State. He played for Coach Prime for 1 year at Jackson State, and he decided to, he was a part of that mass exodus from JSU that went up to Colorado. And Tyler Brown recently found out, because he is a second-time transfer, that he will not be eligible to play this season. Let me go ahead and just show you the tweet that he put out back on August 25th. This is what Tyler had to say. We're not going to read all of it. It says, but we're going to read the caption. It says, "Thank you, Buffs Nation, for welcoming me with open arms. I can't wait to make you guys proud on the field in the 2024 season and beyond. To anyone else, especially my fellow student athletes struggling with any form of mental illness, you are not alone and you matter." And this is, these are, screenshots of his notes that just telling the world that his waiver got denied. Now, this story has picked up a ton of press. As you know, things that happen with Deion Sanders get a lot of attention. And so this story has just picked up massive amounts of press. As I'll show you, you'll see this Joel Clatt. Joel Clatt is one of the lead college football analysts in the entire country. He works for Fox Sports. Fox Sports has the first two Colorado games. So obviously he's been paying attention to this, and he spoke about this issue on his podcast show. This clip from his show specifically speaking about this issue has been seen over 344,000 times. As you know, like I said, things that involve Deion Sanders get a ton of pub. Not just that, there's other outlets that have picked up this story, and rightfully so. Let me point this out. Rightfully so, they should pick up this story because Tyler Brown, there are plenty of guys that have been to a million different schools that hadn't had to sit out, and a lot of them didn't graduate. There's plenty of guys that have transferred more than once, that have transferred twice, 3 times, 4 times. It didn't matter. And this year is really the first year that the NCAA is somewhat attempting to crack down on that, and Tyler Brown just happens to play for one of the biggest figures in all of college football, and his waiver got denied, and he was supposed to be a starter on this Colorado line. Now, what makes this what makes this interesting, as you see, I got a new mic. I hold it because I think I like to feel like I'm a rock star when I'm holding it. But what makes this story interesting is that in Tyler Brown, he put out a 16-minute video, and he really basically is the video that he sent to the NCAA appealing the original decision to deny him eligibility. Then he appealed, and they denied the appeal. He cannot appeal anymore. He cannot play until 2024. And in that video, around minute, I'm not going to show it, I'm not even going to play it, but around minute 15 or so, 16, 14, 13, 14, somewhere around there, he brings up the fact that while he was at Jackson State, essentially, the mental health problems come from his time at his first college, Louisiana Monroe, I think. I don't know, whatever school it was. While he was there, the coach that recruited him and the coach that he says was like a father figure to him passed away in the football facility, passed away in front of Tyler and the rest of the team, or a ton of the players that were there at practice that day. And so that is that is traumatizing to anybody, and rightfully so. It is very, very traumatizing, and that is why he decided to leave his original school and go to Jackson State. And now he followed his coach from Jackson State to Colorado. And one of the big sticking point that a lot of HBCU folks, or Jackson State folks in particular, are kind of, pushing back on Tyler is the fact that he said during his time, well, one, he made it clear that HBCUs lack resources. That's nothing new. We know that. We understand that like that is nothing new. They lack resources simply because the money isn't there. They lack resources because these states that fund these other public institutions don't give the money that is rightfully owed to those black colleges. But we don't have to go down that route. But that is why they do lack the resources. And he went in about how he didn't really go in, but he explained how while he was at Jackson State, his mother had to pay out of pocket for him to go see therapists and psychiatrists and to pay for his medication from the anxiety and the things that he was dealing with from watching his coach die in front of him. Like, he explained that really, really well. And some of the JSU folks, they kind of pushed back on that. They kind of were like, I'm not buying it. And the reason why, it's not that they don't buy that he's dealing with these issues. It wasn't that. It was the part where he said his mother had to pay out of pocket. Now, I don't think Tyler is lying when he said his mom had to pay out of pocket. I guess the folks at JSU are wondering, why did she? Because to them, and from what I've seen, there are things set up on campus for him to get the services that he needs for free. This was a tweet put out there. This was an original tweet by our guy Dre. We always posting his stuff. He says Jackson State has nothing to do with the NCAA approving a waiver or not. Nothing. I promise y'all cannot blame HBCUs for every problem you experience in your life. I wish people the best and really would just enjoy life, because this is how a lot of in Tyler's video, I can see how you can feel like that. I don't think that's what he was going for. I don't think he was blaming Jackson State. He's really putting the blame on the NCAA. He just kind of used Jackson State as a scapegoat, right? Because at the end of his video, he said it was necessary for me essentially to transfer to Colorado, because here at Colorado, I don't have to pay for the services that I had to pay for when I was at Jackson. At Colorado, Coach Prime takes care of me just like he took care of me at Jackson. At Colorado, they have the resources and the proper facilities and the different things that can help me with the issues that I'm dealing with. But once again, it looks like someone is punching on Jackson or punching on HBCUs when they don't have to. Now, in Tyler's mind, what I'm imagining, I'm not him, I'm not Tyler, and I don't want to speak for him. But one, this video originally was never going to be public. And so he's making this video thinking people, except for the folks that work at the NCAA, will actually see this. Like, he doesn't think that the public will actually see this. He's putting this out. He and his coach and everybody is putting this out there to let the people know how messed up the NCAA is, and they are messed up. Don't get it twisted. The NCAA is all the way effed up. But at the same time, maybe even unintentionally, you're taking a dig at JSU. You're taking a slight at black colleges. You're taking a dig and you're kind of banging on them in a case. Now, I get it. There are cases that maybe you can. But in this one, the good folks at Jackson don't believe that this is the case, because then in a quote tweet of Dre's tweet, Ken Clark of the 1400 Club, Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, says Jackson State has an entire mental health center on campus that is free to all students. Maybe he didn't know that because he was good while playing football for Deion Sanders. When coach left, he left. The NCAA's decision has nothing to do with JSU. Med costs are state regulated. That is also very true. And so, like I said, in this thing, that's why it's tough, man. That's why it's like it's so tough in a situation like this, because I wish Tyler the best. I've had Tyler on this platform. I've listened to Tyler's story. I did not know how severe this was, though. Tyler did not, when we spoke and we were spoken since, he's never mentioned this, and I mean, maybe he didn't want to. Maybe it's something that he's not just very comfortable with. Now he is, but at the time, maybe he wasn't comfortable with telling the world or telling even me this is what was going on with him. But at the same time, I think you know what it could have went better. And it's unfortunate that the NCAA denied his waiver. They should never deny. If you want to transfer 100 times, you should be able to transfer 100 times. That's just how I feel. I think there should be, guidelines to when you can transfer, but how many times you want to transfer, that shouldn't matter. And Tyler unintentionally is getting some pushback and maybe even some backlash because, once again, even though this is a mental health thing, and I wish Tyler the best, I do not wish, what he went through on anyone. Once again, it's someone kind of taking a dig, and folks are kind of feeling like, yo, if you felt like that, and I'm not saying they're right or wrong to feel this way, but it's like, you wouldn't have been feeling like that if Deion would have stayed at Jackson. You would have stayed at Jackson. And so that is the only thing that's unfortunate about the situation. One, Tyler doesn't get to play, and two, with this video, albeit the purpose of the video was to do something positive, which is to get him eligible to play in the 2023 season. You also getting some of that negative spin and that some of that negative unintentional, or maybe it was intentional, I don't know, but just negative press on black colleges. This story, like I said, has been, Joel Klatt's thing, as you saw, was 300,000 times. Tyler's video on his YouTube channel is pushing 40,000 views. And all the people from that, and if you read the comments, it's like 1,000 comments on there. You'll see people once again having this being planted in their minds that black colleges do nothing but ruin your career or could potentially ruin your life or cost you your eligibility. And that's unfortunate because that's messed up. That's not the case. And you could say, oh, that's not the point of his video. No, it's not the point of his video. The point of his video was to get him eligible. The point of his video to allow him to play football. But at the same time, it does do some damage to the fight of keeping black colleges in a positive light. It does do damage. I'm not going to act like it doesn't. That video being seen by all of these people and him saying, I had to be at Colorado because my mental health, essentially, we wouldn't have been able to afford services if I would have stayed at Jackson, when the Jackson folks are saying that there's free mental health services on their campus. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's very interesting, but I did want to bring that story to you because it is something that's circulating around the internet, around the world, around the country, especially. And it is unfortunate that, like I said, I don't think Tyler was intentionally putting down Jackson. He was just essentially saying, like, his mental health is a concern, and he was saying what he thought needed to be said to become eligible for this year. That's what I think. I think more than anything, yeah, I think he is, fighting some mental health demons, but more than anything, he was trying to say all the words to become eligible for this year. That's just what I think. I think he was doing everything in his power. That way he could suit up this season to play in football games this fall. And if that means throwing Jackson under the bus, throwing Jackson State under the bus, then so be it. And that's unfortunate sometimes. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. The Tyler Brown story. He will not play in 2023 for Colorado. The former all-SWAC offensive lineman will have to wait until 2024 to be able to see the field for Coach Prime. My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, and everywhere where you get your podcast. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And also, I want to make sure I make this very, very clear. I am not making in any way, shape, or form making fun or making light of Tyler Brown's mental health situation. That is not what this video's sole purpose was. It was just informative, just to show you and let you know what is going on. But Tyler, I'm praying for you, buddy. Like I said, he's a friend of the show. He's been on this platform before, and I wish you nothing but the best moving forward. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.